We got a big night tomorrow night.
What's going on tomorrow?
First college football playoff top 25 of the year, cuz.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing a live. I'm doing a live on TikTok for that.
I think Penn State will probably be anywhere between 9 and 12. I think they should be like 9 or 10 now.
Right.
Personally.
Yeah. I think they're gonna sneak Bama in there too. If you don't, if, to be honest with you.
Of course they are.
It's gonna all depend on what they do this weekend because they don't beat LSU, they can kiss the baby.
Oh yeah. Right. And also Georgia got Mizzou.
Oh yeah, we got a huge test this weekend.
Yeah, especially without Brock Bowers too.
Oh, Jumps did real good this past weekend though.
Missouri? Is Missouri ranked?
Yeah, they're number. Well, at least going off the AP poll, they're number 14, I believe.
14, 15, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we got
11 Ole Miss and 19 Tennessee.
Yeah, we got the gauntlet for the next couple of weeks until we play Georgia Tech.
Because even Georgia Tech ain't that bad of a team.
No, not.
No, they're not.
No, and they're gonna give us everything they got every year. So
even though the last few times that they have beaten Georgia, it was in Athens because they haven't won in Atlanta since what, like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Hey, man, let's get started, man. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Throwdown, man. Episode 98. I'm your host Ben Brandon from the Black Word Want to Call Me, man. Here with another episode. Been a great week of football, and yeah, man, let's go get started. Yo, Broad, how you been, bro?
I've been all right. You know, I missed the last couple shows because of my busy ass schedule. But before we start, I just want to. I don't know if any of you watch soccer, but I do. My favorite team is Liverpool of the English Premier League, and one of our star players, Luis Diaz, didn't play in our 3-0 victory against Nottingham Forest yesterday, and people didn't know why. Well, it turns out that actually his parents were kidnapped in his home country of Colombia. They did release his mom, but they still have his dad. So I just want to say, sending my prayers to my guy Lucho and his family during this tough time. But, you know, I'm excited to be back on the show and ready to talk football, bro.
For sure. Yo, Champ.
Yeah.
How you been, bro?
How you doing, brother? Good to have me back on the show, man. Hey, I'm always excited to be on here, brother.
For sure. Harrison, been a great week for you, especially yesterday.
It's been suffering. Just like I went to the game with my dad, with the ghost, my dad. Went to the upper decks. Great game, a low-scoring game. Both defense played great. It feels good to have a dub in your pocket someday.
Yeah, what's up? Yo, Dev, what's up with you, bro? Salute to you as well. And yo, Roundup, how you been, bro?
Been pretty good, man. Just ready to see what we got today.
Seth Rogen.
Hey, man, let's get straight into it, man. And also, I just dropped the link there if you want to come on. I just dropped it right here. So, yeah, man, let's get started. So the Eagles. They beat the Miami Dolphins.
That was last week.
Wait.
They beat Skins.
They beat Washington Commanders.
Commanders.
I was like, bro, that's my fault. I got the wrong thing. Yeah, they beat the Commanders on 38-31. Man, AJ Brown went off for 130, and yeah, man, Jalen Hurts had on 4 TDs and all that type of stuff, man. So I just want to hear what's your thoughts about the game.
AJ Brown is him.
Facts.
After that little scuffle that he had on Thursday Night Football with, I don't even want to say scuffle, more like argument with Jalen Hurts after the Vikings game, he just took off. He is him. NFL record for most consecutive 125-plus yard games. He's playing like he should be in the top 5 combo now, possibly even top. I think personally he's playing like the second best wide receiver in the NFL right now, only behind Tyreek Hill. But yeah, so AJ Brown is him. Emmanuel Forbes is his son. But
Oh my lord.
I'm excited for this week because it's Dallas hate week. I hate the Cowboys. You know that.
Oh yeah.
AJ Brown
I
versus
didn't-
Ron Bland is going to be a very interesting matchup. I hope Jalen's 100% for this game because he was dealing with that knee issue against the Commanders, but he still had a great game. And to everyone who hates on the Eagles, wow, we won a game without using a tush push. So y'all can shut the
And also,
Well,
bro,
y'all
yeah.
tried to
Yeah,
use it. Y'all
bitches.
no. Y'all,
fuck up now.
hey, y'all tried to use it, but yeah, you didn't.
I didn't.
and
Well,
I
also,
didn't.
bro,
I didn't watch the game.
There's
I
so
didn't
many
watch the
people
game.
saying that the only reason why we're winning is because of the tush push, this and
that's
that.
dumb. That's
We only
dumb.
did one. We only did one. Yeah, we
Yeah.
failed, whatever. But we still won without
Mhm.
a successful
Just
tush
good.
push.
And also, Broadway, this game also shows that the Eagles stop playing the Eagles for real, because I know people question the Eagles are the winning close games, but at the end of the day, they're still winning. They're winning in multiple facets, and I think they're yet to play their best football. And also undisputed is I like to see a
Week
fellow.
9 to 15. This is the stretch that's gonna fuck.
Yes, sir. Also
At
undisputed champ.
hosting
I'd
the
love to see another
Cowboys
Falcons
bye
fan.
week. At the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Host the Bills. Host the
Mhm.
49ers. At the Cowboys. And then at Brandon Seahawks.
Yeah, but even then, I still see some wins because some teams are struggling. Also,
Yeah, they
undisputed
should
champ.
win
I'd love to see another Falcons
probably
fan.
like 3 or 4 of those games.
Nice.
At least.
But I believe it. But AJ Brown, I think he was always top 5 though, in my opinion. Like I don't think anyone who had him as top 5 this year, I think it's kind of crazy because the only receivers in my opinion, you could have ahead of him out before the season was Devontae, Jettas, and Stephon. Everybody else, I think, as a toss up, I had him like at 4 or 5, and I had those 3. And right now, AJ Brown's been playing better than Devontae and Stephon. Do I think he's better than him? I think in the same tier. I don't think he's better. I still take Tay. Maybe it might be a reputation thing, but I still think Tay is one of the elite receivers and obviously a healthy Jettas. But other than that, Devontae Adams is easily a top 5 receiver, no doubt. And AJ Brown's proven why he's get the money. He's proven everything. He's proven why you should give him the ball and proven why he's worth his money. And he's making the Eagles a better and more dynamic team, even a more dangerous team himself. So salute to the Eagles. They're a very fun team to watch, and they are the Super Bowl favorites in my humble opinion.
Yeah, last year he had 1496 through 17 games. Just now he is at 939. So that means that he is on pace to break his own record. That's not
Hey. But yeah, I got AJ Brown. I got AJ Brown at 6. I want to put him top 5, but I don't know who to take over him.
Cooper, let's see. Well, Cooper, he can get the hell out of the top 5.
See, I don't know, bro.
AJ Brown
Cup
clears
at 5.
Cooper
I got
Cup,
Cup at
man.
5.
AJ Brown clears him.
AJ
Right
Brown
now he does.
AJ Brown clears Cooper Cup.
Nah, I don't know.
There's at least
know.
6 wide receivers better.
If you want to debate Jamar Chase, I'm fine with that. But Cooper Cup, yeah, he can get out that top 5.
Wow.
The thing is with Cup is health. Cooper Cup health has been a factor lately.
He's also system made compared to every other wide receiver. He's by far the most system made.
So we haven't seen him in a different system.
No, we have seen him in a different system before, and he was worse before. Once they changed the system and made it more slot friendly, that's when he went crazy.
Hey, Brad, how did Sam Howell did against you guys? Did he play okay?
Well, yeah, he made some mistakes during the end of the game, but
wait, who?
That
Sam Howell.
Oh, Reed Blankenship's interception really set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I was at the Panther game.
Yeah, he threw for over like 400 yards.
Oh, and AJ Brown, he also had what should be in conversation for catch of the year.
Right, PSP.
That was a great catch.
Yeah. Yo,
and Brandon's first.
Oh yeah, Champ, what's your thoughts?
Hey, I like the Philly sweep y'all did at the end of the game, man. I thought y'all was about to do the tush push at first. You end up doing the Philly sweep. That was
DeAndre Swift finds a touchdown and seals the game.
Hey, you know what DeAndre Swift from, don't you? He a Georgia Bulldog. So y'all doing a good job of drafting my Georgia Bulldogs to Philadelphia.
But he's Philly first, St. Joe's Prep alum.
He still ain't top 10.
Hey, Philly. Oh, you talking about Swift? Swift?
Yeah, Swift.
No, but not right now. But the Philadelphia Bulldogs. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles doing a good job. So,
I got him top 20 though, but
he's like towards the end of that top 20.
Yeah.
But they're doing a good job. I think they're going to rule this division. I think they might more than likely they're going to clinch a first round bye this year. Hey, the only concern that I have, which he showed last night, was Jalen Hurts and those interceptions. But as he proved last night, that shouldn't really be a concern because coming into this game, like I said last week, he was leading the league in turnovers. But
I know that Champ, you was excited because Julio got his first touchdown as a
Yes, Julio, my boy Julio.
Did he actually really?
Yeah,
he got his first
Oh
touchdown
my
in
fucking
years.
god!
I want to see Julio get a ring, man. He didn't get a chance to get one with my Atlanta Falcons, and to no fault of his own. That was not his fault. He played a hell of a game.
He had one of the best performances in a losing.
Yes. So I would love to see Julio Jones win a Super Bowl ring, ride off into the sunset. But hey, Philadelphia Eagles, hey, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they be the first team to go 16-1.
I don't think we'll go 16-1. The only concern I have, personally, is the secondary.
Do you think y'all need to trade for PS2
right now? Not 100% healthy.
Do you think y'all need to trade for PS2?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Hey, as the general manager for the Los Angeles Rams said, "F them picks, let's win the Super Bowl."
Yo, Harrison, what's your thoughts?
I didn't watch it because I was at the game.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about them Panthers. We definitely gonna talk about them Panthers.
I also want to address this because I saw some Commanders fans talking about this. Yes, they were upset that Devontae Smith didn't catch the ball. Yes, that's true. He didn't catch it, but that's just called heads up football that they got on the ball quickly and snapped it. So that's not their fault. It's not our fault that it's not the Eagles' fault that they were smart and got on the ball and snapped it before they could throw the challenge flag.
Right.
Yeah, I don't get. Yeah, this thing about football, like that's a high IQ, high level play. That's what you're supposed to do. So like, I don't really get why people get mad at that. Also, when I watched the game, I expected it to be closer than expected because people thought it was gonna be a blowout. No, it's a in-divisional rivalry game. I don't expect none of those games to be a blowout majority of the time because at the end of the day, the Eagles, Commanders, Eagles, Giants, those are all rivals, and like they all. No matter what the record is, they all gonna bring the A game against each other, no matter what. That's what the historically has been like. So I expect it to be a good game. Sam Howell, he played really well. He's very solid. Made a lot of good throws. The Eagles made the defense stops they needed to. The offense at one point, I know they was down, but then the offense made some big plays. AJ Brown showed up big. Jalen Hurts showed up big. I like how they use DeAndre Swift, excuse me. Dang. And I think this is another good win, showing how the Eagles can put up points and they can fight in a slugfest. They can win in a shootout. So I think this is a good win for the Eagles, showing how dynamic their offense can be and the potential. Because I think because they still got Devontae Smith. People forget, or I feel like forgetting on him, and they still got Dallas Goedert. They got multiple weapons on a unit. He can go off at any time. Dallas Goedert can go off at any time. AJ Brown's just having a historic season, and he's showing why he's a safety blanket, and that connection with him and Jalen Hurts is proven to be one of the best in football. So I think that can take them a long way. Also, also my last point. They show they can play physical as well when they can need to run the ball as well. They're not just a flashy team. They're not. The Eagles aren't afraid to get physical. And regardless of tush push didn't work this time, it's gonna work because Eagles are a physical team, and you have Jalen Hurts who is squat 600, probably the best center in football. So yeah, I think it's a good one for the Eagles, showing how dynamic they could be. And I think at this point, it's just these next few games, Broadway Sports, even though you're concerned about it, these games I feel like will prepare you for the playoffs. Like these, in my opinion, these are playoff games, like games to get you ready for the playoffs.
Well, we just got an announcement. I just saw this breaking news. So you know how they do like Thanksgiving halftime shows? for like the Thanksgiving games.
Mm-hmm.
So for the Cowboys Commanders game, this one was announced like 2 weeks ago. It's going to be Dolly Parton, but this one was just announced for the Lions Packers Thanksgiving game. Is going to be Jack Harlow.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Jack Harlow. I
What's
didn't
up,
hear it.
PSP?
What's up?
What's good, PSP?
It was literally just posted on Instagram not even 10 minutes ago.
We talk about your boy Sam Howell and the Commanders.
Look, man, after last night, look,
Wow.
first of all, I had to spend the entire night puking last night.
Oh wow.
So,
Okay. Well, shit. I'm so sorry.
look, I take nothing away from the Philadelphia Eagles. It was more Eagles why they won. They scored 28 unanswered, 28 points in the second half. They outscored Washington 28-14. A.J. Brown is clearly a top 5 wide receiver at this point. Congratulations to him for breaking the record. But I'm sorry. I got to say this. I'm so fucking tired of watching this team, Washington.
Mm.
It is embarrassing. No, I'm not mad or furious. We lost the game. I expected them to lose. The Eagles, correct me if I'm wrong, Broad. They were 6.5 point favorites.
Yep. So they just covered.
So what I'm mad about is how bad our defense played the second half. You can't ask any more from Sam Howell outside the interception. And believe it or not, Washington's offensive line, who've been for the most part horrible, they only allowed 1 sack in that game. So Sam Howell actually played one of his best football games of his career so far. Changes have to be made. Ron Rivera's going to be fired. Whether he gets fired now or after the season, the bottom line, his services in Washington are no longer needed. Eric Bieniemy,
now.
I want him fired now. And I would rather want Eric Bieniemy becoming the interim head coach, because if he didn't have a chance to be a head coach before, what the hell NFL team's going to think he's going to deserve a head coaching job now? The only mistake Eric Bieniemy did as far as offense was not running the ball more. Washington had 16 carries for over 80 yards, which is an average of 5 yards attempt. Brian Robinson has been running the ball effectively. Why not run the ball more? Terry McLaurin had some crucial drops. To his credit, he did own up and take accountability for, so I'll give him that. Our DBs are just trash. They are just trash. Now, that's not to discount Philly's wide receivers, because at the end of the day, you can't discount who they are, but Washington's DBs are just flat out trash. We've seen Buffalo, we've seen Philadelphia twice. We saw what happened to them Thursday night against the Chicago Bears, and they gave up 230 yards to DJ Moore and a couple of tubs in that game. So, and also too, what's also worse for Washington, to make matters worse, the reports about Montez Sweat, Chase Young. No, Brandon, I'm not giving you Chase Young. Okay, stop trying to piss me off by trying to send Chase Young to Seattle.
Hey, I'll take Leonard Williams. I'm good to PSP. But continue.
So you don't want Chase Young after all, huh? You don't want him anymore.
That would be lovely. That would be lovely too, as an addition.
Lovely.
Hey, Champ, as a Falcons fan, I read the report from Mike Florio. Y'all offered a 3rd round pick for Washington for Montez. You want that?
I'll take Montez Sweat, especially after Grady Jarrett just got hurt.
A pass rusher on defense, yes, I'll take Chase Young.
Because I know you wanted Daron Payne. I know you wanted him.
Yeah, I wanted Daron Payne at the start of the season.
From the Birds.
But yeah, Grady Jarrett hurt right about now. We gonna need him going down the stretch because we in trouble.
But bottom line, in conclusion, Jalen Hurts played one of his best games. I don't want to hear about tush push or whatever it is. They tried that in the red zone, and unfortunately it failed. Bottom line, it still wasn't enough for Washington to beat Philadelphia. Their defense has been embarrassing all season long this season. Ron Rivera is going to be fired. I would like to see Eric Bieniemy be the head coach. I think he is a guy that knows offense, but the problem with him is he constantly calls too many passing plays instead of running the ball. Balance it up. Mix the offense. Sam Howell's in his first year as a starter, and you're asking him to do so much. This is not Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So for Washington, they're cleaning house. As for Philly, I hope they beat Dallas, because now Dallas fans, they're so hyped after coming off the bye week, and they beat the Rams, and now they're saying, "Oh, this is it. This is going to be the year." We'll see against Lincoln Financial Field. That's all I got to say. But I'm just fucking embarrassed and disgusted with Washington.
Hey, PSP, let me ask a question real quick to PSP. Do you think that Eric Bieniemy throwing the ball so much is he's approaching this year as if he has something to prove with this offense? Do you think that's one of the main reasons why he's not balancing it out?
I think so. I think he's trying to make Sam Howell more than what he is, which would help his chances as far as getting a head coaching job. And I get it, because Washington, we got some solid wide receivers. Terry McLaurin is, would you say, top 10 wide receiver in the NFL currently?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Logan Thomas, I still think that the Commanders need a tight end. I wish they would have drafted your boy, champ Darnell Washington, but he's with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
So we also have De'Ami Brown, a really good deep threat. We also have Curtis Samuel, another good deep threat, and we can utilize him in a lot of situations. We have pieces. I think Bieniemy is trying to make more than what it is, so that it could help his chances as far as getting a head coaching job, proving critics that he's more than a product of Kansas City and Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. But I feel like as a coach, to help out your young quarterback, it would be better for him if you run the ball more. Brian Robinson is no slouch as a running back. He's very effective as a runner. He's tough. He's physical. He's not breakaway fast, but he has some good enough speed. Gibson, I don't know what's going on with Gibson, but it's disappointing to see, because early on in his career, he showed some promise, but I don't know what's going on with him. But to your point, Champ, I think Eric Bieniemy is trying to become more than what he is and trying to make Sam Howell more than what he is, so that it can help his chances as far as a head coaching job. I hope I'm answering that question.
Yeah, appreciate it, man, because sorry about that. Appreciate it. But I've been feeling like the same thing. It's like he's trying to prove too much in order to get a head coaching job, and he's not using his main assets at the running back position.
Well, you know why. Well, you know why he ain't going to get a head coaching job.
Yeah, we know. But still, I feel like he's trying to prove way too much. It's just like, hey, I can do this without Andy, so I'm going to turn Sam Howell into a 5,000-yard passer. We're going to make the playoffs. Like, that's doing too much. You got to help.
He's doing too much. He's just doing too much. It's not coming off natural to him. You don't have to. I get it. It's Andy. Andy likes to pass the ball more than he likes to run the football. And of course, in today's game, it's all about passing the football. But you got to be smart. You got to understand the magnitude of the situation. We brought you here to obviously make those types of decisions, not Ron Rivera. At one point, he was called Riverboat Ron. Now he's Shiverboat Ron. He shivers.
Wow, that's just crazy.
He shivers. That's who he is. He shivers. He wets the bed. That's who he is. I've lost tremendous amount of faith in him as a head coach. I like him as a leader. I like him at one point in what he did defensively and what he used to do for the Panthers back in 2015. But since that time, he's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And Washington, they're going to have to make a serious decision about Chase Young and Montez Sweat. I said I would keep Montez Sweat and I would move on from Chase Young only because of Chase Young's durability.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why I keep Montez.
Okay.
All right, y'all. We got move on to this next game. I want to hear Harrison's what he got to say. The Carolina Panthers beat the Houston Texans 15-13. CJ Stroud has 140 yards, no touchdown. Bryce Young had 235 yards, a TD, completed 22 or 31 of his passes. So Harrison, I just want to ask, did y'all make the right move with Bryce Young? Did y'all make the
I'm just so happy, dude. God was with me the entire time. I swear on everything. God was with me.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think it was a right decision. Unfortunately, we traded DJ Moore. Franchise quarterback is better than having a franchise wide receiver. Bryce Young, it wasn't his fault. The wide receivers were actually dropping balls a lot in this game. Jonathan Mingle was dropping. DJ Chark. Hayden Hurst had a drop, which I was really disappointed. There were a lot of drop balls. And, Broad, can you do me a favor? Can we trade Miles Sanders back?
No.
God damn it.
I was that he's about to be traded somewhere else.
I think here's the options I heard about. I think he might go to the Rams maybe for a seventh round pick, which is like a Kit Kat bar for my opinion. But and also if we can get Jerry Jeudy we trade Terrace Marshall in a 4th round pick to get Jerry Jeudy. I'll take that any day because we need a wide receiver that can catch the ball.
Wait, hold on, Harrison. You want Jerry Jeudy to play with the Panthers? Do you know what particular wide receiver you should play for the Panthers?
I mean, he's better than DJ Chark.
No, but you want Jeudy to play for the Panthers when
no, that's what I think. That's what I think. That's what I've been hearing about.
Yeah, he disrespected Steve Smith like crazy.
I mean,
and we saw Steve Smith's response.
Oh yeah,
which is valid.
Yes,
I mean,
because,
but how about the deep? Shout out to DJ Johnson, Brandon. That's your boy from Oregon. He actually played well, and also I forgot his name. Robinson, for the guy from Texas. He's a rookie corner. No, the cornerback from Texas that we drafted for us. He played really well. Dante Jackson, holy shit, it was about damn time. And also, is CJ Stroud still gonna win Rookie of the Year after playing that?
I think that's Puka.
I don't think after that, Bryce Young played a lot better than CJ Stroud. I'm sorry, but like I gotta say this right now. CJ Stroud, I just don't know about CJ Stroud though. After that game, I think he still has potential in the future. Don't get me wrong. There were some good passes that he did, but $140? That's just crazy to me. But
you're questioning whether he might not win Rookie of the Year despite him playing well the past couple of games.
I mean,
Bryce has not looked great the entire season.
Thank you.
I mean, okay. I mean, it's what it is. But like
Harrison, are you trying to tell me Bryce Young is better than CJ?
Harrison, the way you phrased it made it sound like Bryce should win it over CJ. When you know that's not true.
No, it's going to be Bijan.
What about Puka from the Rams? I mean, he 3rd in receiving.
That too. I mean,
Puka's going to slow down with Cooper Kupp. Plus, if Matthew Stafford isn't healthy.
Harrison, are you trying to make an argument that Bryce Young is better than CJ?
I mean, you can tell him profile picture.
That's not true,
bro. Nah, I ain't going.
So because he beat him, he's better. That's like me saying Dak Prescott is better than Justin Herbert. He beat him twice, but no one is going to say Dak is better than Justin Herbert.
To be fair, not only did the Panthers win, like Bryce Young did outperform CJ Stroud in that game.
Thank you.
He did, but Roundup, would you still take Bryce over CJ?
I'm taking AR over both of them, so I don't really care.
Oh my god! Anthony Richardson is going to be a bust in less than 5 years.
That's
what?
That's crazy.
What?
The only way that happens if he has an RG3 type career where he gets hurt really early.
That's the only concern.
Really?
Last time he broke his shoulder.
Honest?
Dude, last time Cam Newton broke his shoulder, guess what? The dude can barely even throw.
That was after he'd been in the league already 10 years. Like, what are you talking?
To be honest with you, man, it was a real reach for Anthony Richardson in the first place because he barely did anything when he was in the SEC. And y'all know me, I watch every SEC football game. He barely did anything. So it was a reach for him to go top 5 anyway. So,
I mean, people like
Florida didn't really help him out at all. There was a lot of times like people.
Florida didn't help him.
People stared at AR's completion percentage as if like his receivers weren't dropping passes constantly, or not just like never getting open. They're running horrible offensive play calling, and that's why we saw Anthony Richardson play so much better in the NFL than he ever did in college. Because that Florida team was horrible, still is horrible.
Florida's trash.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Brandon, are we gonna talk about Will Levis?
That was my next one.
But anyways, a win to win, and that's all I'm gonna say.
I just want to say this about the Jerry Jeudy, Steve Smith something because I said something earlier, but then everyone talked over it. Like,
Sorry.
Steve Smith was valid for what he said because Jerry Jeudy, this ain't college anymore where you were one of the best. In the NFL, bro, you're a scrub. You're a scrub. Admit that.
Right.
You're a scrub.
He's not good.
But hey, man, the Tennessee Titans beat the Atlanta Falcons 28-23. Will Levis went off with 4 touchdowns, 238 yards, completed 19 of 29 of his passes. D-Hop looked like
D-Hop.
Hey, man.
D-Hop
Yeah.
old, man.
128 yards, 4 receptions, 3 TDs. Is Will Levis the new franchise quarterback?
Yes.
Whoever fought a man who puts mayonnaise in his coffee would actually play this well.
Oh God, they got me shivers. PSP.
No, he
God
actually.
damn.
I am not joking.
I know,
He
but like
actually is-
Jesus, I'm sorry.
on.
It's just like
Hold on.
No, he showed me that was the most cringeworthy thing. I balled up inside. That was ooh.
Hold on. Let me say that. Let me say
it's
this
an
about Will
energy
Levis.
booster.
Go ahead, Roundup.
But he played great.
Let me say this about Will Levis. We knew what he was coming out of college. Obviously, he had like the traits you want to see, but he had never put it together. But in the NFL, like it's just one game. It was just one game. He hasn't really done anything yet. And look at Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota's first game in the league with the Titans was very similar stats. 4 passing TDs, a great completion percentage, over 200 passing yards. Very similar stats. It was just one game against a Falcons defense that couldn't guard receivers to save their lives in that game. So let's give it a minute. Let's see a few more games first before we start overreacting to Will Levis.
Nah. I'm sipping the tea. I am sipping the tea.
But weren't the Falcons considered a good defense leading into that game?
We was top 5.
Yeah, that is true.
We was top 5. So I can't take nothing away from Will Levis.
Although
He can't-
I will say that for that first touchdown pass was OPI. That was
Yes, it was.
OPI.
Yeah. Champ,
But-
you got any thoughts?
Oh, go ahead. Who was speaking?
No, go ahead, Chip. I'm sorry.
Oh, my thing is not only should we be talking about Will Levis, we need to be talking about Taylor Heineke as well.
Oh yeah.
Because the minute he came out there, we was a completely different team.
Yeah.
A completely different team. Now, Will
I've been
Levis,
saying,
go ahead.
yeah, I've been saying this since day one. I feel like Desmond Ridder. I think Taylor Heineke should be your starting quarterback for the rest of the season. If you guys have Taylor Heineke the whole entire season, you guys will win that division.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, like I said, we was a completely different team when he came out there. I mean, he was out there throwing the ball downfield, getting it to receivers, getting it to Kyle Pitts, getting it to Drake London, getting it to the guys. And if it wasn't for that drop pass at the end, I believe he was on his way down the field because he was out there chunking that ball.
That drop pass was horrible.
I almost broke my TV, man.
Wait, what happened? So
But,
was it a play action? I didn't
It was
watch
a
that
fourth.
game.
It was a 4th and 1, wide open pass. The dude just drops.
The dude was wide open. He had it in his
Johnny?
hands.
No, I think it
Jefferson, he had
was-
it in his hands.
Yeah.
I saw John. I heard that when I was at the game. I saw that Johnny Smith was like at quarterback for a second. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, the
So,
problem
Champ, my
is-
question. So, Champ,
Mhm.
my question to you is: would you start Taylor Heineke for the rest of the season?
Yes, I have. I would, because the thing is, right now, Desmond Ridder has 7 interceptions and 6 fumbles. He's fumbled in nearly every single game we've played, not to mention that touchdown that he had ran in last week and fumbled on the goal line. Not once, but twice. So you can't cost the team that. And with him in the offense, if you saw the difference between the play calling when Desmond Ridder was in and when Taylor Heineke came in, it was a completely different offense. Arthur Smith said, "Okay, let's go. Let's unleash."
Right.
When he was there, when Riddler was there, you got to pacify him and you got to spoon feed him. And at this point in the season, it's halfway in the season right now. We don't have time to spoon feed anybody, especially with this division on the line. And it's time. It's time, especially with Grady Jarrett injured. It's going to put a damper on the defense. We cannot rely on the defense every single game to keep us in the ball game. So, hey, let Taylor Heineke start. Just really, he's had his opportunity. He's fumbled nearly every game, thrown a lot of interceptions. It's time to move forward. before Arthur Smith ends up not in Atlanta anymore. Because, Atlanta known for firing coaches back to back. They really don't care down there.
And that's the thing. That's why I think it shows more about Arthur Smith than anybody, because if the fact that he just completely changed the offense as soon as Taylor Heineke came in, which means he trusted Taylor Heineke to run that offense that he wanted to run more. If that was really the case and he didn't trust Desmond Ridder to run that offense yet, why even start Desmond Ridder in the first place and not just straight out run out with Taylor Heineke? It makes no sense. That's just bad coaching. If you really didn't trust the guy and he's young and impressionable, and if he loses confidence, he's never going to be good, why even put him out there if you didn't trust him yet? It makes no sense. It's bad coaching.
Yeah, and if you ask me, we was putting too much stock in the running game, and teams were starting to pick up on it. They was literally climbing the line, eight, nine in the box every play. You watching the game? I ain't lying. So it's like
they was doing what they used to do to AP.
Yeah, 8, 9 in the box every play. They didn't trust Desmond Ridder, and even if he threw the ball, it was more than likely he was going to throw it to the other team. So, yeah, start Taylor Heineke. Let's get off to a good start the second half of the season.
Roundup. Let me ask you this question: do you think that Levis should start for the rest of the season for the Titans? Because Ryan Tannehill is coming off an ankle injury, and even if he comes back, we've seen enough body of work from Ryan Tannehill and Malik Willis, who I like out of Liberty. To be nice, he's very, very raw. So I don't know where he's going to last. I think you have to go with Levis for now.
Yeah, they're definitely going to go with Levis. Ryan Tannehill is probably out of there. Sad to say it, but he's probably going to be a Viking, which is going to suck. I'm hoping he's not, but
you want Kyler. I know you want Kyler.
Or at least Jameis. Jameis is my number 2. Like, please.
I've been hearing about they might get Jameis Winston, which I might cry laughing.
But yeah, if the Titans were smart, they'd run with Will Levis the rest of the year just because he did have that big game. So he's probably got his confidence up right now. And at least that makes teams think they have a chance of going deep on him. With Ryan Tannehill, you don't expect a deep shot at all throughout the game. So at least gives you that threat.
What did D-Hop said after the game? He said that they it's like what Gino said last year.
He wrote they try to write me off.
Hey, listen, that's all good for D-Hop.
Oh my God, I got a question, Brandon. I'm sorry, I got this question. Who's a worse offensive play caller, Arthur Smith or Matt Canada?
Matt Canada.
Matt Canada clears.
Both?
Yeah, Matt Canada for sure. But hey man, next game we're gonna talk about what's going on with the 49ers.
Brock Purdy's mid.
Hey, Brock Purdy is overrated. People calling him a top 15 quarterback.
He's like, you ready? You're like, you ready, bro? I'll let you go. You can have the floor, bro.
I mean, everyone talked about how great their defense is. Where's it been the last 3 weeks? Because that boy Joey B tore that defense apart. Yes,
Joe Shiesty.
Sure did. Oh no, I thought you were gonna talk about
And I've seen Cowboys fans talk about, oh, they're cursed because after they blew us out, we lost 3 in a row. No one cares. No one cares. But yeah, I mean Brock Purdy has not looked great the last few weeks.
Overrated.
That has looked stagnant.
People say Brock Purdy's a top 15 quarterback, close to top 10. I was like, hell no.
That's really all I'm going to say. I mean, they had one of the best defenses 4 weeks ago, but where has it been the last 3 weeks?
Bryce Young's better.
I think that's more to do with the Bengals. No, I mean, think about it. Sports.
No, I'm talking about what Harrison said.
The thing is, they lost to a third string.
I'm trolling.
Oh, wait, Brandon. I thought you were laughing at what I said.
Harrison.
I'm trolling.
What did he say? What did he say? I didn't hear.
He said Bryce Young better.
No,
he's just trolling. You know that. You can't take him seriously when you have Bryce Young and CJ Stroud over there. Come on.
They lost 30 because he's right.
PSP. They lost to a third string who they picked off twice, scored 0 touchdowns against. They lost.
Yes.
Then they lost to I think Roundup will agree with me, mid-Minnesota Vikings team.
A horrible Vikings defense.
And then, yes, a horrible Vikings defense. And then Joey picked them apart.
Sure did.
Bro, everyone was hating on Joe Burrow at the beginning of the year. But
wait. Where's sports talk, by the way? Because he was
I
talking
was
about
gonna,
the Bengals aren't making the
I was gonna bring,
playoffs.
I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring
last
up.
year he struggled in the first.
Go ahead,
He
PSP.
coming
Go
back
ahead,
next
brother.
week. So
Pittsburgh
he
last
he
year.
coming back next week. So
Remember,
Yeah, he talked a lot of shit on Joe Burrow.
Week 1 against Pittsburgh last year, he threw 4 interceptions, and then he bounced back from that.
But it wasn't
First 2 weeks of the season didn't look great,
right.
and now he is getting back on track.
I will say this. It has more to do with the Bengals. We can talk about the 49ers 3-game losing streak, and it wasn't just sports talk. Trent too. Let's not forget Trent. Because remember, he feels like, why is it that we don't hold Joe Burrow to that same standard? I'm like, look, Joe Burrow, okay, these past couple of weeks, he wasn't playing like Joe Burrow of old. But there's still the great thing about it, there's still plenty of football left to play. They beat the Bengals right now. We should look at the Bengals. I mean, they've been playing very well. Look at it. They just came off the bye. They beat down San Francisco. San Francisco, they got some problems with their defense, particularly their secondary. That's their weakest link on the defensive side of the football. Not only that, before San Francisco in the bye week, they beat Brandon's Seahawks.
yeah,
So we got to get
game though. But,
right. So I still think there's still hope for Cincinnati. As for San Francisco,
ooh,
you got problems.
Ooh.
Kyle Shanahan also has to take some culpability as well, not just Brock Purdy, but also Kyle Shanahan too. The defense has not looked good. And also to give Sports Talk credit, last week, remember, Brandon, I mentioned by that logic, is Kirk Cousins better than Dak Prescott? And Sports Talk's reaction was yes, because we saw what happened with Dak Prescott Sunday night against the 49ers. And needless to say, Dak Prescott didn't play well. But Monday Night Football, Kirk Cousins, I know this very well as Roundup. He does not have the greatest Monday Night Football record in the world. And they beat down the 49ers, and Kirk Cousins played well. Matter of fact, and unfortunately for Kirk Cousins, God bless him, hope he has a speedy recovery. Kirk Cousins has been playing his best football.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Unfortunately, he tore his Achilles.
Yeah. Which is why I wish a speedy recovery.
Here are the Niners' next 5 games, because they got the bye week this week. After that, here are their next 5 games. At the Jaguars.
That's a problem.
Hosting the Bucks.
Ooh.
Okay, they can beat the Bucks.
Brandon Seahawks in Seattle on Thanksgiving. Then they come to Philly. and then after Philly, they come home and host Seattle.
Ooh.
Not to mention that, and then they host Arizona. But then they go to Arizona. But then after Arizona, they host Baltimore on Christmas.
You could literally see them losing 5 of those 6 games. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like 6 out of their next 7 games.
Or they're playing
when it comes to San Francisco, 6 of their next 7 games ain't easy.
This is the thing, too, I've been saying all season with the Niners. Brock Purdy was a facade. Kyle Shanahan was making him look better than what he did. He was no better than a more accurate Jimmy Garoppolo. That's all he was. A more accurate Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo was never good. Brock Purdy was never good either. When you get down and your guys like CMC and Debo can't carry you and you're down and behind, he can't get it done. Now, he did have that. Now, I will give him one credit. In that last drive against the Browns, he did play well in that drive. But the whole game, he played a gas. So at the end of the day, it's still his fault they lost, even though the kicker missed what should have been a makeable field goal. It's still his fault they lost because he was bad the entire game. And you can't blame losing Debo and CMC because he still has George Kittle and Ayuk.
Exactly. But, Ben, you know why I was smiling when I was talking about Philly? Because I still hear the Niners fans crying that the only reason why we beat them in the NFC Championship last year was because we knocked out Brock Purdy. Now, they come to us in December. So I just want to beat their ass and show them that,
shit.
Brock Purdy game.
But this, too, I got a little devil's advocate. So, PSP, remember it was me, Broad, Roundup, and Sports Talk. We had this whole. Well, I was on the other side. They were against me. Remember we was talking about Debo Samuel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, who's the better wide receiver, and
Ayuk.
I think Sports
Looks
Talk
like-
said there were like top 15 or top
Mhm.
20 receivers that he would take over Debo. I think.
He said
Yeah, he's
20.
Looks like they need Debo after all because he ain't
Ah.
looking too good.
No,
Ain't
look,
looking too good.
they definitely do need Debo, but I still think Brandon Ayuk's the better wide receiver.
Brandon Ayuk is the better wide receiver.
In terms of in terms of route running, separation, yes.
The thing that Debo gives you that's way more valuable than what Brandon Ayuk gives you, though, is obviously that run after the catch, which is what Brock Purdy's missing right now. He's missing the run after the catch of Debo and CMC. CMC, he is playing well still, but you can tell
And
he is
also
feeling
Trent
that injury
Williams.
a little bit.
Well,
That's what I was just about to say.
not play great.
So they're missing that run after the catch right now, and that's what's affecting Brock Purdy because he can't read the middle of the field. As you
And also Trent Williams.
he cannot read it.
Mhm.
And also
He's
Trent
trying to
Williams.
predict.
Trent Williams, without Trent
Yeah,
Williams,
Trent
it's
Williams.
also going to be a problem.
Yeah, they beating the hell out of him on that
Yeah,
blind side, boy.
Yeah. Yeah. So before we go to the next game, Chad, I want to hear your thoughts on Harrison. Go ahead.
Harrison, you go first.
Harrison's there.
Hello.
He's probably ordering food or getting something to drink. He does that a lot of times on my podcast.
Okay.
Housekeeping.
Number one, to piggyback on PSP.
Housekeeping.
Go ahead, Champ. I'm sorry.
That's all good. So, damn. To piggyback on PSP, Trent Williams is a big part of why Brock Purdy is looking normal. Hey, we got an old saying down south when it comes to my Atlanta Falcons, and we used to say this often because we never had a real competent offensive line. Quarterback can't throw on his back.
Mm-hmm.
So without Trent Williams, because the rest of that line is kind of middle of the pack, but with Trent Williams is there, he makes them look a lot better than they really, really are.
Oh yeah.
So that's another reason why that he struggled. Not to mention, they lose another game, might be trying to hit that panic button and change out another quarterback because they brought in Sam Darnold for a reason now.
That's the
brought him
legend.
in.
Yeah, it still ain't good.
So hey, but the thing is, teams don't have tape on him with the 49ers as of yet. That's what happened, and that's what I was getting to. That's what happened with Brock Purdy last year. Teams didn't have tape on you like they do this year. You was able to surprise people during the second half of the season. You're no longer a surprise. They know what to expect from you. They know you're not reading down. They know you're not checking down every single read. So now they're able to key in on what you do best and take that away from you. And the key to being a great quarterback is what do you do when they take what you do best away from you? So,
In the words of the late great John Madden, if you have two quarterbacks, you got none.
I mean, he had three quarterbacks. Remember, he had Kenny Stabler, Darryl LaMonica, and Frank Gifford. So I mean, hell, he would be the one to talk.
Mm-hmm.
All of them in the Hall. I mean, with the exception of Darryl LaMonica, all of them in the Hall of Fame. But I digress.
I mean, shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure if that offense is healthy, any quarterback can use that system. That's all I'm gonna say. Any quarterback, even Carson Wentz, Matt Schaub, if he comes out of retirement.
Well, specifically pocket quarterbacks.
Sure, whatever. But it's just stupid. It's just Brock Purdy's overrated. I hate Brock. I hate Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, let's get to this next game. The Broncos beat the Chiefs 24-9. Are y'all worried about the Kansas City Chiefs?
No.
I'm surprised you didn't talk about your boy Russ. Russ played.
Hey, listen.
He
Shout
did,
to,
he did.
How
did
about
last
Jerry
week, too.
Jeudy though? How about Jerry Jeudy? And how that defense though only gave up 9 points.
Harrison, what's up with you and this Jerry Judy hype?
Jerry Judy's so mid, bro.
Exactly.
I mean,
To be honest with you, it's not Jerry Judy's fault that his quarterbacks have been garbage. He's a pretty good wide receiver.
But even sometimes when the ball is thrown at him, he's a scrub.
He was touted as this generational route runner. And he has
the knock on him was drops. That was the knock on him coming out.
Yeah, but it's not his fault that his quarterbacks was mid when they found, and we thought that Russell Wilson was going to kind of do what Peyton Manning did for Demaryius Thomas and EJ Emmanuel. We thought with
Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders, excuse me. I stand corrected. Thank you. So we thought he was going to do what Peyton Manning did for those guys, and come to find out, So yeah, that's what we thought. but it's not his fault that his quarterbacks have been middle of the pack. Not to mention, I don't think Sean Payton has done a great job at putting him in the same position as he did with Mark. Remember when Sean Payton had Marcus Colston down there in New Orleans?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember all of the plays he used to, and all the positions he used to put him in.
Oh,
and then how he used to use Michael Thomas. He hasn't done a great job in putting him in the position like he used those guys either. So,
right,
it's not all of his fault that his stats is not up there.
See, we can say that, but then we can look at guys like Terry McLaurin or DeAndre Hopkins, who all throughout their careers with bad quarterback play have always performed.
Exactly.
If you're a good wide receiver, you're going to get your production one way or another, as long as the quarterbacks aren't the bottom, like backup quarterbacks, the bottom tier backup quarterbacks that have no experience. But like we've seen Terry McLaurin with 8 different quarterbacks at this point, still produces all the time, every year. That's why he's top 10
DJ Moore. Like DJ Moore too.
DJ Moore's actually a good example. That is a good example.
That's a great example.
Yeah, man.
Teddy Bridgewater, Baker Mayfield.
DJ Moore.
And before then, DeAndre Hopkins. Because before DeAndre Hopkins had Deshaun Watson, to a lesser extent, Kyler Murray. I mean, he had Tom Savage, Matt Schaub, Case Keenum. The list goes on and on with quarterbacks there.
I think the Texans might be the worst. Maybe. I don't know. I might be tripping.
Right. We're going to talk about the deadline in a little bit. I just want to get to a couple more of these games. Chargers beat the Bears 30-13 Sunday night.
Oh my god, that was boring.
I actually picked Chicago to win that one.
You know what? Whatever. If I'm not trying to be off topic, but if Badgett does not play if Justin Fields does not play against us, I think we have a shot to win the game on Thursday night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's just like I just hope that if JC Horn can stay healthy, we might go on a little bit on a streak here. Not to win the South, no, but like just get on a little bit on a streak to be a little bit happy.
And this is what I'd be talking about when I said we got to chill on quarterbacks, man. Because look at Tyson Badgett. He had one decent game in his first start, and the Bears got a win, and everybody's like, oh, damn, he might actually be good. He's better than Justin Fields. Then he goes and plays against the Chargers and plays like absolute dog shit.
Yeah, but that goes back to what I said earlier. When you are in the season, when you start in the second half of the season or the second half of a game, or in Brock Purdy's case, second half of the season, teams don't have a lot of tape on you.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you're going to surprise people. They got to go back to your college days, and especially if it's your first, second year, they got to go back and watch preseason games, get college game on you, and it's a big hassle for them, so they don't know what to expect. So finally, when somebody gets some tape on you, and now they can key in on what you do and take that away, I mean, it's pretty much a wrap from there.
Yeah.
The tape don't lie. If it's like they used to say in Madden, if it's in the game, it's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we got to stop going by the notion with numbers. I hate when people say men lie, women lie, numbers never lie. They could be misconstrued though. At the end
numbers
of the day,
lie all the time.
Yeah,
exactly.
At the end of the day, the tape doesn't lie. What you see at the end of the day, that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Bro, you got any?
Nah, my only thing is because the game was mid to begin with.
Not mid-ass, bro.
I swear to God, if we talk about that ass Giants-Jets game, I swear.
I'm not going to. We ain't going to talk about that.
You know what? I got to say this. I must say this because we got love for our boy Trent. Trent, if you want to see your Giants win a home game, my advice for you, stop going to Giants games. Stop going to Giants games. You went in the season opener against the Cowboys.
He went to the Seahawks game too.
Yes.
I will say
Did he actually? I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
I will say one thing about the Giants-Jets game. 10 fucking guys hurt, and you think that it's now not time to move to natural grass?
Yes, please. I want natural grass next year. Let's go.
As the worst field for a reason, MetLife. There was at least 10 guys between the Giants and the Jets that got hurt.
Damn.
In that game,
I'm not saying I'm broad. I don't want to talk about MetLife. I want to talk about Bank of America's too, because it's
They went from
actual,
natural grass to turf, which it doesn't make sense to me.
I
at
don't
all.
like it. You can use it for stadium, sure, but like outside the stadium, hell no.
And even Tennessee with they're going to turf. Like I can't
I
stand
don't
it.
like turf. I
No,
want the
like,
actual grass
everyone-
back in the
Funny,
day in
bro.
2015,
As a
dude.
little kid,
He was funny.
as a
But I
little
will.
you see
Go,
turf,
sorry.
you're like, oh, this is dope. Like this is a new playing surface. Now that like you're older, grass is so much better. It is because it's also easier to catch yourself. Because MetLife,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, had the slickest turf. They've actually done studies on this. You were 46% more likely to injure your knee on turf than you are on grass. Because the reason why a lot of these guys get hurt on turf is because of the friction. You can't slow yourself down. So you basically have to slam your foot into the ground just to stop running on turf. You don't have grass that is something that can catch you. That's why a lot of these non-contact knee injuries occur on turf because you have to slam your foot into the ground just to make sure you stop running.
Yeah, you
I
would
will-
know that considering Veteran Stadium, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
All right,
I will
y'all.
give Champ credit because he has mentioned numerous times about Zach Wilson's maturity. He's taking a greater level of maturity as far as responsibility. So I will give him that. The Jets defense has been playing well so far. With the Giants, though, Tyrod unfortunately got hurt. Tommy DeVito came in. Do you think it's time if he comes back, do you think they should bench Daniel Jones?
Well, Daniel Jones.
No, I don't think they will because of the money.
What was the contract? I forgot.
His contract was
Only-
crazy.
The only quarterback, and anybody, like I said, I'm about to show my age in a minute. The only quarterback I can really name that got paid, like super got paid, and then end up getting benched was Rob Johnson back when, the Buffalo Bills, they had that big quarterback controversy between him and Doug Flutie.
Mhm.
That was the only quarterback and even then, the reason that Buffalo lost the Miracle game, the Music City Miracle, was because they had Rob Johnson in there. Because with Doug, they would have ran away with it. Because remember, Doug Flutie led them to the playoff 2 years in a row, but they wanted to start Rob Johnson, and even back then, $5.5 million a year was huge for a quarterback.
Yeah.
These days, that's a rookie contract. But back then, but I don't think Tyrod Taylor has had the worst luck in the National Football League, if you ask me. He had his bad luck at Baltimore. He had his bad luck at Buffalo.
Even though he got a ring out of Baltimore.
Yeah, he had his bad luck in San Diego when the doctor tried to give him a shot in the ribs and end up puncturing a lung.
Yeah,
I mean, he's had some horrible luck.
Mm-hmm. He did. But hey, man, last game before we go to the trade deadline, we'll talk about a little bit of the deadline stuff. My Seattle Seahawks beat the Cleveland Browns 24-20. Now first place in the NFC West. I just want to, and then there was a trade that happened. Leonard Williams is with the Seattle Seahawks for a second round pick and next year's fifth round pick for 2024. Just want to hear what your thoughts about the trade and are the Seahawks contenders?
I'll say yes, and also I don't like the second round pick. I think that was a little bit too high. I think like you should trade for probably like a
Giants,
third or
please.
probably a third round pick in my opinion.
All right, Brian.
Giants, please.
Go Giants, please.
If this was like Leonard Williams of 5 years ago, okay, that value makes sense. But now,
How old is he now?
All right, PSP.
About Seattle, what was the question? I forgot.
Yeah, are they contenders?
And not
also-
necessarily yet. I wouldn't go that far. Geno's not having the type of year that he had last season, but I think it has a lot to do with the tape, of course, so people understand how to better prepare him. But Seattle's defense has been playing very impressive, so I will give him a lot of credit. I got to give a lot of credit to Cleveland too. For some reason, they still find ways to be competitive. And I said this on your podcast a couple of weeks ago, Brandon. It's starting to look bad for Deshaun because for Cleveland to be this competitive without him, given the fact that they gave him the money, they traded all this draft picks just to bring him, and he's not lived up to the contract so far. So if Cleveland, what are you gonna do?
Right, that's true. Roundup.
I mean, if we're talking about playoff contenders, yeah, but if we're talking about Super Bowl contenders, no way.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing against the Seahawks, man, but in a playoff game, that defense is not good enough, and Geno is not good enough to win an important playoff game, like an NFC Championship game. Not happening. The Eagles would win. Can't say about the Niners yet because I don't know, but Cowboys would win too. Like I have more.
I got a question Roundup. Like because we know they got talent over there in Seattle and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's just replace Geno Smith with like a younger quarterback. You don't even have to be Geno.
Who?
Like, put I don't know, maybe like a Kyler, Trevor.
They'd be my second favorites, only behind the Eagles.
Okay.
In the conference.
Okay. All right. Cool. Go ahead, champ.
My bad. Phone went off. I apologize. Seattle's looking real good. Hey, that secondary looking like the Legion of Boom 2.0. That's great defense.
I said, yeah.
And I think they really made that trade because he don't have to be the guy out there he doesn't have to be the guy out there in Seattle. He's going to have a lot of help on that defensive side. And when you have a lot of help on the defensive side and the team makes a trade for you like that, the only thing they're asking for you to do is do what you do best, whether that be rushing the passer or stopping the run, because the rest of the team is going to be able to rally around you and do what they do best as well. So, I mean, it will really depend on if contenders. I will say this. Anything can happen in the NFL. People are going to talk about Geno or what have you, but the reality of the situation, we've seen what great defenses can do for a quarterback. We've seen it. And if you don't believe that, just ask Trent Dilfer. If you don't believe that, just ask Brad Johnson. Don't believe that, even ask Russell Wilson. He was a 9-time Pro Bowler with those great defenses. So anything can happen in the NFL. I really don't view them as contenders myself. I think they are division. They can make it to the divisional round. After the divisional round, they're going to have a lot of trouble. I don't think they'll make it to at best, I give them the NFC Championship just to make it there. But with the 49ers on the downhill side, and depending on how far they fall, if they have to make a quarterback change, if their defense can rebound, they're probably going to run away with this division. But still, best team in football is arguably Philadelphia. I don't really see them beating Philadelphia. And, depending on if the Detroit Lions can really can rev it up, I really don't see them beat Detroit either.
Okay. All right. All right. Next thing we're gonna talk about. This is the last topic. What's your thoughts about the trade deadline? Because the trade deadline tomorrow, 4 Eastern time. What's the moves you think y'all gonna happen? Y'all think gonna happen?
Chase Young or Montez Sweat? Who's gonna go for Washington? And I said before, I would keep Montez only because of the durability part. Chase Young, even though coming out of college, out of Ohio State, was a generational talent, and we drafted him with the number 2 pick in the draft. And when he played well his rookie year, he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. And you thought he was going to be on his way with some of the greats currently, like Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, guys like that, when healthy. But he hasn't been able to stay healthy his second and third year. And so far this season, he's had a really good season. He's had 5 sacks this season. Montez Sweat has 6.5. Both of them are going to be free agents after this season. So if I have a choice between Chase or Montez, who to keep, I'm keeping Montez. I trade Chase, and I see what's the best offer I get out there. Maybe Chicago. Hell, Brandon might be happy if he goes to Seattle. He would love to have him in Seattle. But the question is, I know I'm not going to get a first-round pick. What am I going to get? A third or fourth? And a player? What am I going to get in return? So trade Chase Young. And who else? I don't know in trade deadline, but that's all I got so far.
All right. Brian, you got anything?
You know, I really don't know what else is going to happen. I could see the Eagles try to make one more move. I mean, we just traded Kentavious Street to the Atlanta Falcons today. I could see another move being made for draft picks, but other than that, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens.
All right, go ahead, Rondo.
I got a few moves I expect to see happen. I still expect the Ravens to try to get a running back since the Derrick Henry deal fell through due to the owner blocking it. So I could see Josh Jacobs is probably the best bet. Dalvin Cook potentially too, but I don't think Dalvin Cook's that good, so I hope they don't go for him. And the Vikings are going to make a move for a quarterback. The question just is who. I would love Kyler Murray, but if they don't go that route, I would be okay with Jameis Winston. But if it's not one of those two, I think we should just tank. But I know the Vikings, they won't do it, so they're going to get somebody. I'm just scared.
You'll probably get Jameis.
Carson Wentz. I wouldn't be mad at Jameis. I would not be mad at Jameis at all. And I think the Chiefs have to go out and get a wide receiver. I don't know who, but the Chiefs have to go out and get a wide receiver. Otherwise, I would say they're not the favorites to repeat.
Jerry Judy's there.
No, not for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's like Kadarius Toney, but better route runner.
Wait. I know. No, wait. So he clears Toney though.
Yes, but he got drop problems too. Judy got drop problems, man.
Does he really clear Toney that crazily?
Man, if Mahomes can't make McCole Hardman, Sky Moore and them work, he can make Jerry Judy work.
And plus, what Kansas City they got to do, they got to go back to running the football a little bit more with Pacheco. I told you, Brandon, he's one of the underrated players in the NFL.
I agree.
Mahomes right now is with Hurts, Allen, and Jimmy Garoppolo for the most interceptions this season with 8. Kansas City's got to do a better job taking care of the football and taking some of the pressure off Mahomes, though.
All right. Go ahead and Harrison. Then we end it off with you.
Right now, I've been hearing a lot of Panthers that we might hear of. I've been hearing T. Higgins. I've been hearing Jerry Jeudy. Hearing Hunter Renfrow. I've been hearing Hollywood Brown. And if we have to trade someone, I hope we trade Miles Sanders to the Rams.
I'll tell you one thing. You definitely ain't getting T. Higgins.
I'm just throwing names. That's all I've been hearing about. But I hope we trade Miles Sanders to the Rams because that dude's been when I went to the game, he had 2 catches for 0 yards. I mean, he needs to get out of there. He needs to go to like the Rams.
It could be worse. You could be the Giants quarterback for -9 passing yards on Sunday.
2.
Was it? Oh, damn! I did not watch it.
Yeah.
But that's what I've been hearing about. So hopefully we could try to get a wide receiver at the trade deadline. If not, it's whatever.
All right. Go ahead, champ.
All right. I'm hoping that even though we made a trade today, my Atlanta Falcons can try to either ease out Montez Sweat from PFP's team or Chase Young. I'm hoping that we try to grab one of them. But piggybacking on Harrison for a second, hey, a Steeler trade would really be Miles Sanders to the Baltimore Ravens. They need a running back now. That would be kind of something interesting.
Fair.
Because I don't think they're going to get Josh Jacobs or one of these big-time guys. But Miles Sanders in that offense with my Georgia Bulldogs old offensive coordinator up there at the helm, and he's known for making good deals on running backs and making running backs a hell of a lot better than they are.
Yeah.
So that's one trade I would watch for Miles Sanders to the Baltimore Ravens because I don't think they're going to get Josh Jacobs or Derrick Henry. That's one to watch out for. I could definitely see Kyler Murray going to the Minnesota Vikings, but it will really depend on what they're willing to give up because that's a lot of cap. That's a lot of cap hits.
Hey, they can have Daniil Hunter and 2 firsts. I'll do it right now.
But Roundup, here's the thing though: if you trade Kyler to Minnesota, Kevin O'Connell's the head coach there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that means you're going to have to make the offense around Kyler. Kyler is not like Kirk Cousins as a drop back pocket passer, even though he can make some throws in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Second, he is coming off that ACL injury. So we got to wait and see how healthy he is. And third, even though I would like Kyler in different circumstances, because it seems to me Arizona now, they still have a chance to get the number 1 overall pick. And who knows if Caleb Williams decides to enter the draft or not. Is this something that you really want to do by investing in Kyler? Because I feel like if Jameis right now, even though Jameis concerns me with the turnovers, he would be a better fit. Not to say he's a better quarterback, he would be a better fit for.
My thing with O'Connell is O'Connell has shown versatility in the type of quarterbacks he can coach. You can go back all the way to 2013. He was the one coaching. He was the quarterback coach, I believe, for RG3. So he has a lot of like history with a lot of these guys, with like different types of quarterbacks. But the main thing is Kyler, even though he is coming off an injury, we know what Kyler can be at his best, and he's the only quarterback that might even be available in the market right now that would allow the Vikings to still have a chance at contending. Because the Vikings were looking like there for a minute, how hot they were, like a contending team. A few things would have to fall in place because I still wouldn't have trusted them against the Eagles. I love Kirk, but I wouldn't have trusted them against the Eagles. But they still looked like they could have made some dangerous moves in the playoffs. But Kyler is like the only one that's available that I can see still doing that. And we've already won too many games to contend for Caleb Williams. So it's kind of like either settle for a shot at Drake May if you just lose out the rest of the season and have a small chance at Drake May, or
Michael
go and get a
Penix.
quarterback. Michael Penix is going to be a second rounder probably.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Michael Penix has had like 3 different major leg injuries, and he's like already 24, 25 years old. He won't be a first round pick. I promise.
All right, y'all, man. But that includes the end of the show. Any last words before we head out, y'all?
Trent, I know you come to Jersey. I live in Jersey. Stop going to Giants games, man. You're just jinxing yourself, man. This is the 3rd time in a row this season you've went to a Giants game and you've lost. 2 of them prime time. It was embarrassing. Don't do it to yourself.
All right, bet. Brian.
Yeah.
Man, you know I'm excited because we playing our hated rivals, the Dallas Cowboys. It's Dallas Hate Week here in Philly, but also 1 week from tonight, boys, college basketball is back.
Woo! Yeah.
And Cooper Flag is now with Duke.
Harrison, I'm gonna let you know right now. Hold on. Harrison,
No, come on.
No,
Come on.
we're doing this.
No.
I don't care if it's Cooper Flag. I don't care if it's the Canadian flag. I don't care if it's the red flag.
Oh my God.
It don't matter. Mexican flag. It don't
Man,
matter.
Ben, all I know.
In 1. UNC in 1.
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
this is all I
Oh
know.
my
This is
God,
all I
that's
know.
crazy.
Fuck Duke, fuck UVA, fuck UConn. Nova Nation on top, baby.
Oh my God, bro. You're so weird. Duke.
Especially fuck UConn. I don't give a shit.
Got
that
mad
they're
and
winning
left.
that.
Left too. But yeah, round up. Go ahead.
Look, the only thing I gotta say is if the Vikings do get Kyler Murray and Kyler Murray is able to, like, after a couple games, go back to his pre-injury self, I would say the Vikings would debatably be the second best team in the NFC, only behind the Eagles.
Round up, I got one thing. Do you trust Kyler Murray to study his playbook?
I would hope so, but I can't say for sure.
I love Kyler. Look, but I can't get over the fact what the Cardinals put in his clause.
This is the GOAT. This is the GOAT. His 8th Ballon d'Or tonight. This is the GOAT.
Mhm.
All right,
Because
go ahead.
Champ does not want Kyler at ATL. That's for sure.
Keep his rear end out there in Arizona somewhere, because don't come out here.
Hey, what's wrong with Kyler?
No, I do not want him in Atlanta. If you can't concentrate in Arizona, how you gonna concentrate in Atlanta, man?
Oh, you mean
realize,
that? Okay, I got
you
you.
realize what's in Atlanta,
Oh, you
man?
think you gonna be spending too much time in Magic City?
Yeah, he gonna be with lemon pepper Lou. lemon pepper wings, something serious up there in Magic City. You really think I want him down there? You can't watch film now. What makes you think you gonna watch some
Get
film?
it,
Hey, Brandon might go to Magic
Up in
City.
Magic City, being intoxicated on lemon pepper. Wet.
Brandon might go to
Yeah,
Magic
yeah.
City. Who knows? He may see himself some Chloe Bailey down there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
if y'all come, hey, let me know when y'all go to Atlanta here. We can go to tour together, brother.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I
Go
need
ahead,
to
champ.
come
Say
down
your
there
last
and
word
try to
before
lemon
I
pepper
say the
wet.
announcement. So go ahead.
Say what's up again, bro?
I need to get down to the ATL and try myself some lemon pepper wets.
Yeah, go ahead, man. And shout out to the Bando Wings. When you come down here, go to Bando Wings or JR Crickets or Harold's. They have the best wings in town. Letting you know that right now. When I go up to Atlanta, those are the 3 places I eat at. Obviously, but obviously, hey, bro, I need to follow you on TikTok, bro.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make sure I follow you. Rise up, go dog, roll to the 3-peat continues.
Sure. Yes, sir. Before we head out, I'd like to say next week it's gonna be a special episode. It's the 100th episode next week, Monday. It's been a long road, so we're gonna talk about basically. So next week's really gonna be a basketball and football show. It's gonna be both of them, and we just gonna talk about the best moments from the show.
Hey, Brendan, is Jay's ass coming?
I'm gonna let him know you got to come on the 100th episode because I think
he's been ducking. He's been ducking.
PSP, I promise you, if he comes Monday on this show, this could be the best show. It's probably
because Broad and I, we still haven't gotten over the fact that he's been ducking. He ducked for the 49ers game. He ducked for the Texans game. He damn sure is ducking right now after what happened yesterday against the Jaguars.
That was a terrible game too on both teams.
And make sure you bring back Hot Take Kenny too while you.
Yeah, I gotta bring Kenny.
My God, people still telling me his take on Will Smith was the dumbest. Him saying Will Smith is not top 10 actor.
It's gonna be a full panel. I'm gonna have a full panel. It's gonna be like 10, like the first people I have on. Because the first person I had on was Nate. Then it was Chris. And then that's when Roundup and Broad came on. And then Sports Talk, PSP came in, and stuff like that. So yeah. It was a long road, So next week, Monday.
I hope Trent comes.
Oh yeah, probably so. But on Monday, it's gonna be the 100 episodes. So we're gonna talk about the best memories and all that type of stuff. Talk football.
Great job, Brendan. Great job.
Congratulations. Hey, what episode were you on Player's Choice so I can go watch it when we come off?
I was the first one.
Oh, you was the first one?
Yeah, the first episode. Yeah.
I'm talking recently.
Was that with you and Mookie? Was that with you? Don't tell me it was with Mookie, man.
No. Like I was at the original. Like when PC Gridiron first came out, I was the first one. It was literally me.
Oh,
it was me.
Okay.
How it started was me. Fluent, Bama, LeBron, Dub,
J-Rob.
Nah, J-Rob wasn't there. It was us. Yeah, it was us 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it was us 5.
I love Dub.
Came in. Yeah, and then Trent came in. Trent G Baby came in, and then J-Rob came in.
Okay.
And then Mookie came.
Oh, okay. Because I saw the page and I'm like, wait a minute, was you in the podcast recently? Because I wanted to watch it if you was in there. So.
No.
Oh, okay. My bad. I apologize.
I love G Baby and Dub and Fluent, man, but Mookie.
Yeah, Mookie's something else, bro. Mookie's something else, bro.
Lord have mercy.
But yeah, man. Tomorrow Wednesday, the basketball show, and 8 Eastern time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And man, for all the people that's here, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Till next time, we out. Peace.